Time, we have some breaking news right now in regards to the family feud in the Padres ownership group.
Matt Seidler, the brother of late owner Peter Seidler, has responded to the lawsuit, which was filed by Peter Seidler's widow over control of the team. And Fox 5 sports director Troy Hershey joins us with the details.
Yep.
Troy.
And the letter was just posted online a day after Sheil Seidler announced a lawsuit to try to gain control of the Padres. Matt Seidler, one of the two Seidler brothers named in the complaint, responded with a letter of his own posted online. He wrote in part, quote, "Peter left the designation of the next permanent control person in the hands of the trustee of his trust, rather than naming a specific individual. This approach is entirely consistent with Peter's style. He believed that important decisions are best made by those who had earned trust by working hard. Peter had many conversations with us, his brothers, identifying those family members he considered to be potential candidates for this position, and consistently reaffirmed his confidence in each of us if and when the time came for any of us to designate the Padres control person. Peter never mentioned Sheil as a potential candidate for control person to Bob, John, or me. Sheil's claims against Bob and me are entirely untrue, and we will vigorously defend ourselves against them. That said, the false accusations in her complaint will not distract the Padres organization from continuing its great momentum on and off the field in San Diego." Matt also wrote Sheil surprised him by asking him to become the control person last July. He said he considered it, but the brothers determined she did not have the experience to run the team. Sheil filed her lawsuit in Texas, where she resides, not only asking to become the control person, but also claiming Matt and Bob Seidler were not abiding by Peter's wishes in how they serve as successor trustees. The Padres named John Seidler as the control person of the team just a couple of weeks ago, and we've posted the entire letter on our website as well if our viewers would like to take a look at it there.
Yeah, this feud just keeps growing. And
Yeah, and so what part of the question yesterday we were talking about when Sheil filed the lawsuit was like, okay, is this affecting how the team's performing in the offseason? Are they like holding back because so much drama? Maybe not, according to this.
According to what Matt is saying here, you're right. He says we're going to continue our momentum and continue to operate the Padres as we have and as Peter has, albeit maybe with a little bit of tighter purse strings now because they do have other factors involved because they have to be under the luxury tax and that sort of thing as they go forward. But according to him, it's all systems go forward, even though they have not signed anybody or made any trades this offseason.
But as we
so
know,
far,
there are holes still left in the team right now that need to be filled.
Absolutely, and the team reports to spring training in the second weekend of February, so it's right around the corner, so they still have work to do.
And what do we know about Sheil's relationship with her in-laws? Like, is this something they can sit down at a table and say, look, we can work this out? Or it seems kind of ugly the way it is right now.
Her complaint in total was 100 pages, and in there were a lot of accusations of being ostracized from the family, for her and three children that she and Peter had together. So it doesn't sound like they're going to be having dinner together anytime soon, at least with the way that we've seen in the public what they have said. So it doesn't appear that relations are great with them right now, but not being in there couldn't say one way or the other. But just what we've read so far doesn't seem like everything is hunky-dory.
Still developing stories, so
yes,
we'll continue.
indeed, yeah.
All right, thanks, Troy.
Thank you, Troy.